Alright, let's do this. Let's talk about The Matrix. And, no, I don't mean The Matrix as in The Matrix movies. I'm not going to talk about The Matrix movies. I'm not going to be talking about Matrix 4, the recent installment in the Matrix franchise, that movie we all wanted to see, that resounding masterpiece. I mean, we all loved Matrix 4. What a great movie, right? Yes, very, very good movie. And if you didn't realize, I was just being sarcastic just then. Thank you very much. Round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm not going to be talking about the Matrix movies. No, I'm going to be talking about something else. A literal Matrix. You see, I think that we are living in the Matrix. Those people who are conscious are actually in a Matrix. Something akin to what you see in the movies, honestly. I don't know what this Matrix... I don't know what this Matrix is. I think it's some kind of simulation. A simulated world. I think it's more to do with dimensions. Different dimensions in outer space. It's probably not electronic. It's probably not machines. Or something man-made like what we see in the movies. I think it's something perhaps more ethereal, if you will. Something that we can't understand. Something that we can't comprehend. In the same way, there's, say, like an insect, like a woodlouse. Let's take a woodlouse, for example. A woodlouse can't comprehend nuclear physics. In the same way that we can't comprehend the Matrix, what we are actually in. And I'm convinced of this, and I really, honestly, the older I get, the more I believe that we're in the Matrix. You know, when I was a child, I didn't think about this kind of thing. I just didn't. But as I got older, and as I keep getting older, I'm certain of it. I'm just absolutely certain that we're in some kind of simulation. I really believe that, and I also believe that there are people that we meet in life that are NPCs, non-player characters, who are generated by the Matrix for whatever reason, either to make our lives great, or as it is most of the time in my case, most of the time, to make life absolutely as miserable as possible. I can't account the number of times I've been in a certain circumstance, either walking around the streets or at work, and then out of nowhere, just this person appears. They just appear out of nowhere, and they appear just at the moment, just at the right time, just to inconvenience me. In whatever way, whether it's to trip me up, or to make me feel bad, or to catch me out, or just make things just a little bit more difficult, and then they just sort of disappear. I mean, I remember going for a walk, and there was like a real dodgy group of lads at the end of the road. And they looked dodgy, like they were up to some mischief. And they were just sort of hanging around outside this house. And then I turned a corner and then came back, and I never saw them ever again. Just vanished. Now, I know this road, and I know the building I'm talking about. I walk by it a lot. Yet this group of real dodgy, dangerous-looking guys just appeared and disappeared. Almost like it was some kind of a challenge. Like the Matrix was generating something to challenge me. Like, are you brave enough? Are you brave enough to, walk by these people who are out looking scared, If you look intimidated, they'll go after you. But if you don't, if you hold your head up and go on strong, they'll leave you alone. It's like some kind of a challenge was created. I don't know. I honestly don't. I mean, you might think I'm looking into it too much, but I don't think I am. A couple of other things, just as I'm walking around, I can remember going for a walk, and there's this road, and this road was dead quiet. There was nothing on this road whatsoever. Nothing. And I'm walking along the pavement next to this dead quiet road, And I think to myself, oh, you know, I'm about to cross the road. I'm about to cross this road now. There's no cars. And the moment I cross it, a car comes out of nowhere, like at high speed. I have to like jump in order to get to the other side of the pavement. What else happened the other day? I was going for a walk around a quiet corner. Again, it was a quiet road and a little lane. Only the lane was only large enough. The pavement was only large enough for one person to walk abreast, you know. And there's this road here. Now, the road was quiet and the pavement was quiet, and I decided to walk on it. And then out of nowhere, I kid you not, out of nowhere, a person on a bicycle came, and they were on the pavement, and they were coming along, and they wouldn't move out of the way, and I had no choice but to jump onto the road, right? And as I jumped onto the road, a car came out of nowhere, again. And so I was jammed between the car and the bike, and I had to swivel in such a way to avoid, to sort of move between the two of them. It was insane. I just thought, no way. Yet, when I was a couple of feet away, it was quiet. There was nothing there. That's why I've got to rant about this. It just baffles my mind, okay? And the other day, actually it was about 2 days ago from me making this video, I went for a walk, and it was in the evening. It's winter right now, and it's dark. You know, it gets dark around 4 p.m. And this was about 6:30 p.m. and it was dark, and I started walking up this quiet path, and and I'm on my way towards the shop, and I'm walking along, and then all of a sudden I hear all these voices, like this ruckus of voices, and people shouting and cheering, and they were and horns hooting. I kid you not, there were horns literally blowing. I was like, what the hell is this? And I stopped. And there must have been, walking up this other pavement, I was walking on one pavement that was joining with another one that was curving around by the road, headed towards the shop. And there was a hedge, so I couldn't quite see what was going on unless I peeped over the hedge. And there must have been about 100 people. There was about 100 people came jogging by. They were on some sort of a jog or a run. 100 of them. I didn't count, but there must have been at least 100 of these people. They didn't stop. They all went running by, and they were all laughing and shouting and cheering, and they were blowing trumpets. I have no idea what the hell was going on. I don't know what was happening, whether it was some kind of an event. I don't know. But all these people, and I just had to stand there like a total twat, waiting for them to just go by. I'm just standing there, all these people. I've got no choice but to stand and wait. No choice. And I was there waiting for quite a long time, a couple of minutes, and then when they finally all soldiered off, all 100 of them, or how many there were, I proceeded along my way. I got back onto the pavement, I carried on walking, and I kid you not, the whole roads was blocked because a train was on its way. These big gates come down, and you can't go that way because there were trains coming. And I had to stand there, and I had to wait for ages as three separate trains travelled along the tracks. And I'm thinking to myself, why? How? It was just an ordinary day. It was just like Monday. I decide to just go out, down to the shop. Nothing special. You know, and it's just like at that exact moment I made my way towards the shop, 100 people went running by. The road gets locked down, and there are 3 trains. Just think about that. That is just insane. That in the old days, I would have said it was bad luck, but I don't. I think we're in some kind of a matrix. It's a simulation. You know, these video games. I don't know if you ever played a video game like The Sims. You know, I feel like I'm in The Sims right now. I'm just this character in The Sims, and it's just this really horrible video game that I'm stuck inside. And there's a player out there, and they are having a laugh at my expense. And I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's just what it seems to be like. Like I'm stuck in some really horrible, miserable, depressing, drab, dumb, just awful video game that's designed to just torment me in it torment my mind, just torment, gosh, I can't think of the words. Just to hinder me. Wherever I go, whatever step I take, it's like I'm in the video game and there's a player out there watching me and toying with me, and they're just sat there behind their screen and they're scratching their chin and they're like, what can we do next? You know, what can we throw against this guy next? Now, I'm worried. I mean, what's it going to be next? There's going to be bloody, tanks rolling in. Bloody bombs falling down from the sky. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if something mad like that happened. Honestly, it's insane. We're in the Matrix, and a really miserable, boring, dumb, depressing, horrible Matrix. Really, absolutely. I'm convinced of it. And it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, the Matrix. We are stuck in a video game, and it's a really sucky, rubbishy, like the worst, most dumb video game you could ever play. It's not an exciting video game. It's not like Skyrim, where you can roam around fighting dragons and fighting goblins and all that. No. It's the opposite of that. It's a really, really horrible video game, and it's such a shame. Damn. Why couldn't the player have loaded up something more exciting, God damn. But it is what it is. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck in the Matrix, yeah, and that's just the way it is. All right. Rant over.